This is Grossglockner, the highest mountain in Austria, and I'm gonna be playing chess on top of it.
The previous day.
Hurry up! What's up, bro? Grossglockner tomorrow? What about today? Say less.
We have 4 hours of driving in front of us, so we should get to our starting point by 9. And then the plan is to sleep in the car and start our ascent at 4 a.m. It's not a short hike, and if we want to go up and down in a day, we have to start walking early.
We started walking in the night, and then as soon as the sun came up, we saw the summit, where I'm gonna be playing chess. But first, we needed to cross the glacier, which had a couple of crevasses, but it wasn't too bad. Except when we were almost at the end, we saw this huge one, which we obviously had to go around because it was too big to jump over. Then we took off the crampons and started climbing on the rock. The views were absolutely amazing. You can actually see where we started in the morning. Now we only had to climb 100 more vertical meters and we reached the highest hut in Austria at 3,454 meters of elevation. We had a short break and then continued towards the summit. You can actually see the people that are crossing the upper glacier. This one was easier to cross. Here is actually me going down this glacier, because unfortunately I don't have more video footage of the climb, because it got deleted, so that's why I'm mainly showing you pictures. But anyways, we successfully got to the last part of the ascent, which is rock climbing. First, you go up using the rope, and then no more rope. You just have to climb. We reached the upper part from where you can already see the cross on the summit. This is, in my opinion, the most challenging part, because you literally have to climb a really exposed section only using this bar that sticks out of the rock. Basically, you have to go something like this. And then you reach the summit. And now it's time for chess. I was playing against a bot, so I obviously gave myself white pieces. And the game starts with e4, e5. I played knight to f3 to attack the center, and the bot responded with d6, defending. This is called the Philidor defense, and the best thing to do against it is just to strike in the center with d4. The bot played knight to c6, and then I just responded with c3, reinforcing the center. Now you're gonna see this red guy asked me, "What am I doing?" And I just responded, "I'm playing chess," like it's a normal thing to do on top of Grossglockner. Now meanwhile, the bot played f5. And this is a weird move, but I didn't really know how to respond. Now the best line would be to take. And the point is, what I didn't like during the game was e4. Because I didn't see the idea, which is d5. Look at this move. Because obviously the point is, I was looking, let's say, knight f to d2. Now the bot can just take the pawn and defend, right? But d5 solves everything. The point is, I'm counter-attacking the knight, but I also open a square up for my knight. So first of all, if takes, I take the knight. And if take, this is even worse, because then I develop my bishop and I'm also defending this pawn. So bot can't even take because I would win the rook, right? So the best thing would be probably for the bot to take, and then I take this pawn and I'm just up a pawn, and the position is really good. And if it moved back, then I can move my knight into the center, and yeah, I mean, also a good position. Now in the game I played bishop to d3, which is not the best move, and the problem is now the bot can take, and I obviously have to take back because I'm forked, right? And when I take back, it can play d5. Now d5 is an issue because I have to drop my bishop back, and there is actually only one square, so this is basically all forced, right? I have to go back to c2, because if I go to d3 then I get forked, right? So bishop c2 is forced, and now I was really surprised that the bot didn't play e4. Against e4 I was obviously gonna play knight to e5. I'm not gonna go back, this would be even worse. And if takes, it's actually not that easy to win this pawn. Probably the best idea would be to go something like knight to e7 and then knight to c6 to attack the pawn, because the queen can't really move because this pawn would drop. Let's say queen to e7, I can take here, and let's say something like c6 to defend the pawn first, right? I would probably just castle, and then let's say queen to c7 to attack the pawn. I can go bishop to f4, but I would probably just break the center, right? Just sacrifice a pawn, and the point is, okay, here I can already check, and the king has to move, or if it blocks, if the bishop blocks, the king is already in the open, right? So I would just play for development advantage. But in the game, the bot takes. And now I was debating if I should take with a knight and offer a knight trade, or just take back with a pawn, right? But I decided to do the knight trade because otherwise I'm just gonna get pinned with bishop to g4. So I take with a knight, and you can also see me putting pieces in my pocket, because I obviously don't want to lose them. Okay, now the knight takes, and I decided to take back with a pawn. Maybe not the best move. The best thing would be obviously to take with the queen, because I keep my structure intact. The reason I took back with the pawn is because I just get this knight to c3 square, the square for the knight, right? And now bot played bishop to e6, I castled, and then a5, which is a weird idea. So I played rook e1, pinning the bishop to the king, and now the bot played the best move, which is rook to a6, defending the bishop. A really cool idea, I guess. And obviously if I attack the rook is just gonna move and keep defending the bishop. Here I decided just to develop the knight. I didn't know what else to do, and it's also one of the best moves. Just develop. When you don't know what to do, just get the pieces out. Now obviously the game is a bit slow because I'm also inputting the moves into my phone. Okay, now the bot... Here I messed up actually. On the board I played queen to h5, which is an impossible move. But you're gonna see me... I corrected the move. So yeah, queen to h4. Now I don't know what this threatens, so I guess bishop to d6 is the idea. But I just see that the pawn is free, so I just take it, right? Because the bishop is pinned. And now bot just moves the king. The point is now the knight is attacked, so I have to move it. And I can go back to c3, or I can move it somewhere else. I decided to go knight to f4. Maybe a bit more active square and also pressuring the bishop. Now you can see the clouds moving away. It's getting a bit sunnier. But obviously in the mountains there is always some clouds around the peaks. So it's not gonna be clear for a long time. Meanwhile, in the game, bishop b4 was played, and I just responded with bishop to d2, basically protecting my rook, and also I just want to trade pieces now. Bot plays knight to f6, and here I decided that I'm gonna get my king some space. So I played g3, and the point is I'm attacking the queen, and also there is not gonna be any back rank issues later down the line, right? Bot moves the queen to g4, and here I have to decide, do I trade queens or do I just ignore, or do I move my queen away, which it's not really a good move. But I just decided to start trading pieces, so I take the bishop, bot obviously takes back with the pawn, and now, yeah, you can already see the the clouds are back. Here in the gray hoodie, this is my friend walking up and down, waiting for me to finish the game. Okay, so I decided to trade queens, and I was expecting bishop takes, because the point is when bishop takes, maybe bot can play bishop to f3, but I guess I can kick it out and then it goes back. But the main reason why I expected it to play bishop d3 is because of a tactic. Because now when knight takes, I can take the bishop with the knight, rook takes back, and now it looks like I'm still trading pieces, right? I just take rook takes rook, but no, I play bishop to f5. And now the rook is pinned, and it's getting bad for the bot. It tries to reinforce with rook to e8. And here I don't have to do anything actually. Now I was calculating what is the best move. Do I take the knight? Definitely taking the rook is not the best move. But I can take the knight, or I can do something else, which is what I did in the game, and it's the best move in the position, and that is d5. And d5, the point is now the rook is attacked one more time, and I'm not even gonna give a piece for it, right? Because if I take with the bishop, he gets my bishop, but now I'm just gonna give a pawn for the rook, right? The knight moves back obviously, and now I take with the bishop. Now the king has to move, so king to d6, and here I played rook to e4. The point is I'm just attacking the b4 pawn. Maybe there are ideas of doubling up, but obviously here it's already just a conversion process. I'm just trying to trade pieces. Now the bot plays c5, which is the move I missed. Now looking back on this, I can actually take en passant, because the point is, yes, the bot wins my bishop, but I take the pawn and queen is unstoppable. So this is what I missed during the game. I thought I couldn't en passant. Now c5, I played rook to c1, and then b5, I played b3. The point is, I'm just preventing the pawns to push. We get rook to e7, rook back to e2, knight to f5, rook to c2, and now knight to d4. My rook is attacked. I don't mind if the bot takes, like for example, rook b2 and knight takes bishop, right? I don't mind this, because now at least the knight is also off the board. And upper rook I'm gonna win even if it's stockfish, right? But in the game, the bot plays knight to f3, I obviously move the king, and the knight goes back. Now here I'm debating how to break through, right? And I came up with this idea, rook to d2, and I was hoping the bot wouldn't move the knight. Bot plays g6, and then I sack the rook for the knight, which is actually the top engine move. The point is I split the pawns, and now I can get in. I can play rook to c6, right? And now it's easy. Here I made the final precise move. I was calculating some lines here. Basically, does d6 work? And it does. d6 does work. The point is, if we're gonna see this line in the game, if king takes, But if rook takes, the point is I just go d7, right? And the bot cannot stop the pawn. If he takes my rook, I queen. If it goes here to prevent me from pushing, I can just trade and make a queen. And I mean, yeah, that's it. It cannot go back, right? Because I just take. So this is the line that's more important than the one we see in the game. Because in the game it was easier. The bot just took my bishop with the king. Here I'm still calculating the 13% oxygen in the air is really showing now. Yeah, I finally play d6. You can also see some climbers going up because the summit is right next to me. And we see king takes, and obviously I just take the rook, and now I just have a rook, and now it's easy. Just clean all the pawns and deliver a checkmate. You can see that the climbers are all connected to a rope, because obviously there is almost no protection on the last part, so it's smart to to be roped up. And now we just see me cleaning up pawns. Now we can win this game in a couple of different ways. The one I like is just checkmate with the rook, so not even to promote to another queen. And I'm just gonna speed this part up because it's not really that important. Basically you just win all the pawns, and yeah, now just cut the king off. You can see the king is trying to hide, but I just cut it off. And now the last thing to do is just stop all the pawns, right? So it doesn't have, so the black pieces don't have any other moves than to move the king back. And I do this with f3, and then okay, bot plays h4, I take, and now we can see the last couple of moves. Bot takes back, and now the final touch, h3. Now no more moves, king has to move, and this is mate, and that is it. That's the game. Now you should go to comments and tell me if I should make more videos like this one. I'm obviously gonna include more video footage next time of the climb, or maybe if you don't want that, tell me, right? But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video, and see you next time.